Welcome to the weekend edition of the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. I'm Michael Thompson, and hello, Sean Aylmer.
Hello, Michael.
Sean, on weekdays, it's all about the Fast 5, the top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. On the weekend, we still keep it to 5 minutes, but we are picking out the biggest business story of the week, the most remarkable business story, a sleeper story, one that's flying under the radar a little bit, and our favourite story. Can I nominate the biggest story that I picked out this week? Okay, look, I think it was the labour force figures. And it's significant because they came in at 4.1%, much stronger than anyone had really expected. 64,000 people found jobs in September. Economists had predicted 25,000. Unemployment growth has hit a 16-month high. Workforce participation, a new record. Underemployment fell. The significance of all of this, you put it all together, and really, there will be no interest rate cuts anytime soon. The economy is still clearly very, very strong. And as you pointed out through the week, Sean, that if people have a job, they keep spending money. It puts pressure on prices and wages, hard to get inflation under control. At the end of the day, interest rates will stay the same.
I think that is the biggest story. A quick mention, though, for the revelation that Jodie Hayden and Anthony Albanese, who are to get married soon, have bought a house on the New South Wales Central Coast for $4.3 million. Good on them. But I tell you what, the timing was awful. Is this Albo's Hawaii moment? Remember Scott Morrison holidaying in Hawaii as New South Wales burned? He never really recovered. The latest news polls suggest that on a two-party preferred basis, the coalition is ahead of Labor. Now, Albanese has come out, bought the house. No one's arguing with that. It's just the timing looks awful. Big story. This has got a lot to play.
Yeah, indeed. What was your most remarkable story this week, Sean?
Oh, it's Google ordering up to 7 small modular nuclear reactors. Basically, it's the first tech company to commission its own nuclear power plants to provide low-carbon electricity to power its energy-hungry data centers. The big tech guys are becoming big energy guys. They want green energy. If Google can get these small nuclear reactors operating, it could become the blueprint for other companies and for other nations. Australia's Peter Dutton, he's talking about these small modular nuclear reactors. I think it's quite a remarkable story because we're actually having the tech giants be very innovative in a different industry to help themselves. They're doing better than the government's doing. I think it's going to be really a good one to watch.
Yeah, indeed. The other remarkable story I thought this week, Sean, was Nine Entertainment and the fact that it is really grappling with its culture this week. It was very much in the headlines because the Intersection report was released, finding a systemic issue with abuse of power and authority at Nine, bullying, discrimination, sexual harassment. It made 22 recommendations. Overall, we're talking kind of 52% of employees within the company had experienced or witnessed abuse of power or authority, about the same for bullying, discrimination or harassment, and nearly a quarter of employees had experienced sexual harassment. This is kind of across the TV side of the business and radio and newspapers and all of this. This has been playing out very, very publicly over a number of months now, and the pressure is really on the organisation itself. They've got the blueprint now as to what needs to change, and the pressure is on to implement those changes and make sure that the culture is adjusted to make sure that it is in really the 21st century.
Yeah, it's a very worrying story, that one. Tell me, your sleeper story of the week, Michael.
I love this one, Sean, because in Australia, like to think that we give everyone a fair go, don't we? But we're really a nation of dobbers, because we learnt this week that over the last 5 years, 250,000 tip-offs to the ATO have been made about things like tax avoidance and dodgy behaviour, and 90% of those were deemed worthy by the ATO of actually following up. These are things like not declaring income and insisting on cash deals and paying staff in cash. You put it all together and it results in $16 billion in stolen taxes each year across industries like building and construction and cafes and restaurants and hairdressing and beauty services. I think this is a fascinating story because of not just the fact that there is $16 billion in stolen taxes each year, but because we think we're a laid-back, easygoing nation, but we are a nation of narcs, Sean, and I'm proud to be a narc.
I'm proud to be a dobber as well. Can I tell you my favourite story of the week? So much going on around asset values at the moment. The ASX hit a new record this week. Tech stocks like WiseTech Global and Pro Medicus have led the way over the past year. We've had companies like Buy Now, Pay Later Group, Zipco, Clarity Pharmaceuticals doing really well. The big banks are moving the index most because of their size. It's great to see the real estate investment trusts back as well. House prices are slowing, or at least the growth in house prices is slowing. Clearance rates are falling. I actually think that's a good thing. That will help people get into the market. This week, in fact, we've got 2,600 auctions, so we'll know more about that by tomorrow night. Super fund returns have been strong. I just think it's a really good story how asset values are performing at the moment. What about you, Michael? Your favourite story?
My favourite story was all about Elon Musk and his big week. He started the week with the We Robot event, unveiling the Robo-Taxi and the Optimus robots. If you haven't seen the videos of those, you need to go online and check them out. Though the highlight, I suspect, for a lot of people, not just for Elon Musk, but for everyone who watched videos of the SpaceX rocket booster tumbling back to Earth and being caught, snatched out of the air by the Mechazilla landing pad. Elon Musk described it through the week as like catching a 15-story building that was falling out of the sky. And it is just remarkable. If you haven't seen the videos, you must do it. It is one of the most spectacular things you will ever see. Just watching it reposition itself as it approaches the landing pad. Massive, massive week for Elon Musk and for space travel more broadly, Sean.
It was a great story, that one.
Indeed. All right, there we go. 5 minutes and pretty much everything you need to know in the world of business. Thank you very much, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
We'll be back on Monday morning with the top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Don't forget to hit follow. Join us online on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook and X. I'm Michael Thompson, and this is the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed.